Hello, my dear students. Welcome to physics class. I hope all are safe at home and taking the precautions against coronavirus. In previous classes, we already discussed about matter. That matter is made up of molecules which are very small in size. The molecules are in constant random motion. They exert a force of attraction amongst each other. They also have intermolecular separation between them. Now, today we will learn about states of matter. They are three physical states of matter: solids, liquids, and gases. Some examples of solids are iron, steel, table, and examples of liquids are like milk, oil, and gases are air, steam. So these are the examples of solid, liquid, and gases. Do you know a substance that exists in three states? That is, what is the substance that exists in three states? That is water. The solid form of water is ice, liquid form of water is water, and the gaseous form of water is steam. So instead of these three, do you know another state of matter is there? That is plasma state. So plasma is the fourth state of matter which is found at the very high temperature. When a gas occurs in the form of positive ions and free electrons. So what is plasma? A plasma is a hot ionized gas consisting of approximately equal numbers of positively charged ions and negatively charged electrons. For example, lightning, solar wind, nuclear fireball, etc. Then the three properties that decide the state of substance as solid, liquid, and gas are intermolecular space and the force of attraction between the molecules and the movement of molecules. Let's have a discuss about three properties which decide the state of a substance, whether solid, liquid, or gas. The first being intermolecular space. That means the space exists between the molecules. These spaces, as you can see in the picture, minimum in solids. You can see in the picture the space between the molecule is minimum in solids, comparatively higher in liquids, and maximum in gases. The next property is the intermolecular forces of attraction. Which are some forces that exist between the molecules and hold them together? These forces are strong in solids, relatively weaker in liquids, and minimum or negligible in gases. The third factor is the kinetic energy of molecules, which means the movement or the motion of the particles. Did you know kinetic energy is increases with the increase of temperature, which means the movement of the particles increases with the rise in temperature. Kinetic energy is the movement of particles is minimum in solids, relatively greater in liquids. See, in the solids how is the movement of the particles, then in liquids it is more than the solids. You can see in the picture, and it is found maximum in gases. So you can compare in the picture that minimum in solid, little more than in liquid, and maximum in gases. Now we understood the factors that decide whether is a given matter is a solid or liquid or. Distinction between solids, liquids and gases. First come to solids. A solid has a definite shape and a definite size. The molecules in a solid are closely packed. The molecules in a solid are fixed at their position. They can only vibrate about their mean positions. Then come to the liquids. A liquid has a definite volume but not a definite shape. The molecules in a liquid are loosely packed. The molecules in a liquid can move within the boundary of the liquid. Then come to the gases. A gas has neither a definite volume nor a definite shape. The molecules in a gas are wide apart. The molecules of a gas can move freely in space. Earlier we already discussed the properties which decide the states of substances are intermolecular space, force of attraction and movement of molecules. Now let's see the molecular model of solid. The molecules of a solid are arranged in a definite manner that they are tightly packed, so they have high density. There is a strong force of attraction between the molecules. The molecules in a solid are closely packed. The intermolecular space is negligible, so cannot compressed. The molecules vibrate on either side of their mean position. Some properties of solids. A solid has a definite shape and size. A solid cannot be compressed. A solid cannot flow. A solid is highly dense. The molecules of solids are closely packed. A solid has strong intermolecular force of attraction. A solid has low thermal expansion. A solid has high rigid but can be stretched into wires or sheets. A solid doesn't easily diffuse into other solids. Let us learn through this video. Let us know the property of matter beginning with solids. Solids have definite shape and distinct boundaries. To understand this, let us take a simple activity for this. Take a book, a pen or a stone and sketch the shape, that is the outline on a paper, by moving a pencil around it. Let me take stone for example. We are going to move pencil around it and sketch the shape. You will observe that you will get a well-defined or a clear boundary of the object, that is the stone. Let us now learn why. Students, remember that all these things in case of property of solids, liquids as well as gases will be based on three factors that I just explained. A solid has definite shape and distinct boundaries because the particles of solids are closely packed as shown here. The position of particles are fixed due to the strong force of attraction. Also due to minimum kinetic energy. Particles of solids only vibrate about their fixed position. Because of this, on applying external force, generally solids have the tendency to maintain their shape. Another word is it resists change in their shapes. Solids may break under external force, but it is very difficult to change their shape. For example, if you take a pencil, apply force to change its shape, you wouldn't. And if you apply greater force, the pencil will break. This tendency of solid is resist any change in shape on applying external force is called rigidity. And the solids are generally said to be rigid. The word rigid means unbending or inflexible. However, there can be expansion. Some solids change their shape on being stretched. For example, a rubber band. Let us take a question to understand this. Question is, a rubber band changes its shape on being stretched. Then why do we call a solid? It changes its shape because of the external force. On its own, it won't change the shape, right? You can see here. Once the force is removed, it regains its original shape. So moving on to the next property, solids being rigid with the definite shape and boundary. They don't need a container to keep them. For example, a chair, table, stone don't require a container to keep. You place them, they will remain at the same place until a force is applied to change their positioning. They also cannot flow like liquid. This is because the particles are held together by strong force of attraction. They are unable to lose their fixed position because of their low kinetic energy. The next property of a solid is it occupies space or volume. For that, let's place a book on a table or a bed. Its volume will remain same because that is fixed. Solids have fixed volume because the intermolecular particles spaces between them is minimum and fixed. As solid earlier, the particles can not move. Earlier the particles cannot move other than by its fixed position. The next property is that solids have negligible compressibility. Compressibility means reduction in the volume of a substance on applying pressure. For example, you have a substance, then you apply external pressure on it. If the volume of the substance reduces, we can say that this particular substance is compressible. Solids have negligible comparatively, they cannot be compressed. For example, try applying force on a wooden table or a pencil and see whether you can able to compress it. You cannot. This is because molecules of solids are tightly packed with very little interparticular space. Solids generally have densities. Density of a substance is defined as its mass per unit volume.